What is up, guys? Welcome to Roleplay
Nope.
Dark Heresy. My name is
Nope.
JP McDaniel, and
You're
let's
dead.
just kind of talk about this show.
Just stop. It's dead.
The other role-
All right, it's dead. No more Dark Heresy. Unfortunately,
That'll
it's
be
just,
going on
no.
tomorrow.
Shut the. Fortunately, it's just not going to happen, guys. Nope. This one, it's. Nope. Well, I mean, no. Hold on. Let's just bring it back. Come on, bring the audio back up. It's pretty good. Let's bring it back. There we go. This was a good one. What is up, guys? Welcome to State of the Game, the 2013 holiday. It's not back, though. It's done. It's over. It will never come back. Don't ask ever again. Never. I'm going back in my hole. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the 2015 year in review video. We did one of these last year, and I think the year before as well. So I figured, why not continue the tradition? I guess to first start off this video, thanks for a great year. We'll get through some infographics and statistics soon, but you guys, once again, we had huge growth throughout the entire year. I want to thank you guys so much for that, both here on YouTube as well on Twitch. And seriously, thank you guys so much for that. Really do appreciate it. Let's just get into the statistics here. So first off, let's start with the YouTube stats. So I'm not really going to, read through each and every single one of these stats. You guys can kind of do that. But for me, the big important numbers here were the fact that you guys watched for an average of 21 minutes on each of the videos here, mostly roleplay videos. In fact, I would think pretty much every video was either a roleplay or a dropped frames video or something of that nature. There wasn't really any short-term VODs here. So thank you guys so much for continuing to watch the content. In terms of the viewership, we had 32% increased growth over 2015 here on YouTube, and an average time increase from last year to 9.31%. So seriously, thank you guys so much. That is fucking incredible to continue to have that growth here on the channel. So I really do appreciate that. Now let's talk about Twitch. So Twitch was this is kind of the first time that we've had these stats available to us. Most of the stuff you can just get from the back end and make stats out of that. So for me, the biggest stats out of this was the fact that we had a 21% increase in subscribers this year, as well as almost half of our followers, 47% more followers than the previous year. So thank you guys seriously for that. That is a huge amount of growth over on the Twitch stream. Really do appreciate that. In terms of the games that were most played on the channel, just so you guys know, we played H1Z1 for 211 hours. That was the #1 played game. Of course, it's no surprise that Dungeons and Dragons was the second highest played game with 197 hours, almost 198. Stars Without Numbers right behind that at 119. Then, of course, Shadowrun, Roleplay Mirror Shades at 108. Overwatch was the fifth biggest. So that's, I guess, the technical biggest game, or longest streamed game on the channel was 73 hours. Gaming Talk Shows was 71. Counter-Strike Go at 55. Rocket League at 49. Not a big surprise there. Final Fantasy 14, 47 hours. I guess it didn't mean anything to Strippin', though, if you know what I'm saying. The 10th and out of the top 10, you can go find this list on the internet, but Xenoblade Chronicles X coming in with 44 hours. So that's that. Kind of funny though. I would say a good portion of those games will be on the top 10 list for sure. But enough about that. That's the stats for Twitch and YouTube. All right, now as far as what we're going to be doing on YouTube here in 2016, pretty much going to be the same. We saw, or at least I started putting less work into YouTube, if that makes sense, and focusing more on Twitch. It's still going to remain a pretty big database for the VODs here, if not all VODs. The VODs will still be coming out once per day in hour-long increments. And of course, if you want to skip all that, you can just subscribe to the Twitch channel. Pretty much all the same stuff you guys already know. Nothing really going to change. I'm not going to be making any new series, at least here on YouTube. If I do, anything's going to be over on Twitch first, and then over here on YouTube. Pretty much just going to serve as a VOD database. So for those that only follow here on YouTube, consider going over to the Twitch channel over at twitch.tv/JP if you want to watch it first and not have to wait for everything to get over here on YouTube. So that's pretty much what you expect. I mean, it's nothing crazy. All right, let's talk about Twitch. The Twitch channel has been something that I've been over in my head about 100 times in the past month or so. Kind of a little bit of what's the best word for it? It's kind of been stagnant the past month. December's not really a huge growth month year over year for most channels anyways. But I really want to change it up. And I think one thing that I have unfortunately not done for a while, one of them is I always hit my mic like this. Always. It's really dumb. But one thing that I've always really, I guess, never thought about is the fact that Twitch is my full-time job, but I don't really treat it as one. I treat it kind of as a fun job, right? Like I definitely I have fun streaming. That's not what I'm getting at, but I want to treat it as like an actual job. And so there's a bunch of things kind of with that in mind that I'm going to be changing. The first one, a lot of you guys have probably already seen, is that we're going to be changing the schedule on the stream. Still working on the latter half of the schedule, but for the most part, the beginning of the schedule, each day, 7 days a week, we're going to be streaming at 10 o'clock Eastern, which is pretty early for a lot of people. It's great for Europeans who have, honestly been screwed pretty much the entire channel's lifetime. We've always done a really bad job catering to you guys. So hopefully this will help with that new start time of 10 o'clock Eastern. Plan then is to stream for 5 hours and a hard cutoff at 3 o'clock Eastern. Whatever we're streaming in the mornings also will only be streamed in the mornings. So for example, with Souls Month coming up, which we'll talk a little bit about later on in the broadcast, with Souls Month coming up, that will only be streamed for those 5 hours each and every day in the morning. The other thing that this means is that I'm going to be able to do shows still in the afternoon and the evenings, although we might have a little bit of different show times, maybe like an hour or two before. But I'm still going to be able to do those at the same time. So we'll see how that works. I might be taking more nights off. We might also be throwing in a day off in there. Not really sure how that's going to work out. But I do want to say 10 o'clock Eastern has been working great. 10 a.m. Eastern, I should say, has been working great so far. We've been doing it since I think the 27th, and I'm really enjoying it. But still kind of working on exactly what the night schedule is going to be. Maybe we just won't have nighttime streams. Maybe we'll just do shows. I don't know. Once I figure all that out, I'll go ahead and most likely post a Reddit thread. Maybe make a YouTube thread. We'll see how long that takes. But for now, that's the new schedule. A while back, we also talked about moderators being removed. We removed all the moderators. Right now, we've got a total of 2, I guess, official moderators. One, Dev and Cross-Eye, or Jack, as we like to call him. I guess we call him Cross-Eye Jack. I don't know. And then, of course, we have Daniel, my graphics guy, whatever that is. So that's kind of the team right now. Going to be adding to that, obviously. You can see the channel definitely has been working a little bit better. I've been working closer with the mods. I think they've been enjoying that. I know I have. Definitely, it's nice to see that they are happier with the status of all that and how that's working. So we'll definitely be adding some in the future. Applications are currently closed. I think I got over 300 applications. So if I do need someone, I'm definitely going to be pulling from that list. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on Twitch. As for like future goals on Twitch, I want to hit 6,000 subs. We've gotten close a couple times, but that's kind of been the number that I've always put in my head is the goal that I wanted to hit in 2015. So I think I'm going to continue that into 2016. So yeah, if you want to subscribe, twitch.tv/mbjp.
Shut up.
Okay, I'm done shilling. I'm sorry. All right, so let's talk about why you guys are here. And that, of course, is the 2016 content lineup. We're going to go through these shows. I'll announce them and then talk about the show status and kind of where I'm looking to go with it. And yeah, so here we go. The first show should be no surprise to you guys. That, of course, is Swan Song. Swan Song has been kind of a staple of the roleplay franchise. But one thing that I've noticed, not only has there been a drop-off in the viewership, but I think a lot of people are super diehard fans of that show. And a lot of people see that show and think, man, there's 40 episodes. So one of the things that we want to do, me and Adam have been talking a lot, is whenever the next episode of Swan Song is, we don't have a date just yet because people are still dealing with holiday plans, but whenever the next episode of Swan Song is, I want to do a catch-up episode. I want to talk about like the past 40 months or 39 months or however long it's been in detail with the rest of the cast, maybe take some QA from the chat and really make it a entry episode into the series so that if people are left behind or left out and they want to get into it, then they can watch that episode. And, you know, if they want to go back and watch all the other episodes, they have that ability to. But I want to be able to create a jumping point into the series because, let's be honest, there's a lot of shit that's been happening the entire time. So that's something that we'll definitely be doing with Swan Song, and I'm excited to have it back in 2016. Of course, the next show is Mirror Shades, the Shadowrun campaign that we have with myself, Wheat, Dodger, and Caitlin, and of course Adam Coble as the DM. That's coming back for 2016, but probably for, I would think, the first 6 months. That's a show that we really designed to create for about a 9-month period, and then I guess without spoiling things, something happened in the story that I was really interested in, and I think the rest of the cast was interested in continuing on and seeing what happened kind of after the fact. And so with that in mind, I think we have around 6 months left. There's really no timetable for that, but sometime in 2016, there will definitely be a closing to that show, which is something, if you think back to the beginning of the video, I never really have done. And it's something I want to get better about. So Mirror Shade's definitely going to be back in 2016, but not the entire 2016. So there you go. All right. Let's talk about West Marches. It's back. Shouldn't be really a big surprise. But we're going to be changing it up a tiny bit. We haven't worked out too many of the specifics, but one thing that I want to do, and this is, of course, you know, Steven has a huge bargaining chip, a huge factor in this. So if he's not on board, then we won't do it. But I think he is. It seems like he is. One thing I want to do is, instead of making it, you know, a 4-hour session, right? It's a session where a lot of times, if you go and watch all the videos, in the last hour, things kind of happen very quickly, and Steven kind of has to shoehorn an ending in there, and that's that. And then we kind of see that group go away. And a lot of times, towards the end of 2015, we saw a couple groups go 2 or 3 sessions, and I felt that it really made the group chemistry a lot better, spending more time with the rest of the people in your party, as well as just making the show better. And so that's what we're going to try to do. Instead of doing, you know, a 1-shot episode, we're going to do a 3 or 4-shot episodes. In my mind, it's let's do a month long and see how that goes. That's 3 to 4 episodes of West Marches, and we'll see if that fits. I think it's going to. A lot of it comes into play with what Steven's up to. He's been obviously very busy with his job, and I guess we can just mention it now. One of the things that is not going to be back this year is roleplay R&D, and a lot of that just comes into one. It's always been a weird situation, and I feel like a lot of the things on the show has never really just clicked. I've enjoyed it for sure. Like, definitely had some amazing times doing like Apocalypse World and Dungeon World and stuff like that. But I feel like West Marches kind of fills that void now. And with that in mind, R&D is not going to be continuing this year. We'll definitely be bringing Maggie and Jesse and Krindor and Shannon, and everyone that's been a part of R&D has a standing invitation to the West Marches for sure, and we'll definitely get them incorporated into the show. But R&D as itself will not be continuing. So, and a lot of that too is just Steven's fucking busy. You know, he's a full-time game dev, dealing with all that stuff, and then, you know, running West Marches definitely takes a lot of his free time, as well as just having a life. So I guess screw Steven for having a life, but he'll definitely be back in West Marches. So apart from that, nothing will change. It's still pretty much the same show. This one should really be a no-brainer. Drop Frames is coming back. We had 49 episodes last year, 45 episodes, which means that we missed, what is that, 7 weeks, I think? Yeah, 7 weeks without a Drop Frames episode, which for shows that I do, that is pretty fucking incredible. We'll be back on January 6th doing more shows. On January 20th, we'll be having our 2015 Game of the Year show live from the Twitch studios in San Francisco. And yeah, I could not be happier with how that show's going. Have a ton of fun playing, or rather, talking with Ko and Zeke, and I guess playing. You know, I kind of fuck with them a lot. It's good fun. But apart from that, I mean, I can't really say anything else. Drop Frames is back, and we'll definitely be trying to do. Maybe we'll try to beat 45, although we're going to be out. No, next week will still be the first week, so we could technically do 52 episodes next year. It's not going to happen, but we could. That'd be pretty fucking insane. We'll see, though. It's cool. All right. Let's talk about fandom. Fandom's something that we started in late 2015, and I think a lot of people really enjoyed the show. The latest episode, the Star Wars fandom, where we talked about episode 7, as well as the rest of the Star Wars franchise, I really enjoyed doing, and it really re-solidified my love for that show and the love of just talking about things that I like and that other people like. So we're definitely bringing that back in 2016, and we're going to try to get a little bit more frequent with the episodes. I can already confirm we're going to be doing a Dark Souls or a From Software. I'm not really sure how we're going to word it, because we got Dark Souls 3 coming up in April, but we might be doing something before that. Really just depending on what floats my boat in terms of what I'm interested in. Most of that stuff will be timed with releases. So, if Kingdom Hearts ever comes out or Final Fantasy ever comes out, I've talked with some people, and we're going to do an episode where okay, actually, we'll just save that for a proper announcement video. But there's one episode in particular that I'm really excited for, and it's not an idea I haven't talked about doing before. But now that it's going to happen, we'll just wait. But yeah, fandom will definitely be back in 2016. Can't wait to be bringing you guys another episode of that. And with that in mind, you might be thinking that this graphic is filled up, but we're going to be adding something new, something that I think a lot of people are going to be excited about. It's something that you guys have actually seen before, and that is a roleplay Star Wars. Age of Rebellion was something that I knew was going to be a lot of fun, but I didn't realize that you guys were going to enjoy it as much as you did. The viewership on that really just skyrocketed, and while that's not even the biggest factor for doing it, the biggest factor for bringing it back is the idea that literally right after we finished the second set of videos on that Sunday, the entire cast was like, so is this going to be a full-time show or what's going on? Because we really should make this a full-time show. So we're going to make it a full-time show. Don't really have a name for it yet or a start date or anything like that, but a roleplay Star Wars show will return, and the entire cast will be returning. Jesse Cox, Pocket, Strippin, and of course Adam Coble as the DM, and I'll be jumping in there as well. I'm not going to be playing a Wookiee though. That shit was fucking hot. But yeah, it's back, and I think a lot of people are going to be excited for that. So there you go. A new roleplay show with Star Wars. Not really sure when we're going to be starting, but it'll be there in 2016. And kind of last but not least, we've got just a little bit of tidbits. We do a podcast, me and Gassy Mexican, called Tex-Mex in the Morning. You can find it over at SoundCloud/Tex-Mex Morning or on iTunes under the same name. If you guys want to check that out, feel free. We're going to try to do more of it. I know those that have watched it, it kind of fell off towards the end of 2015, but it's just because we got so fucking busy between the two of us. So that'll be there. Not really sure the frequency, maybe bi-weekly. Maybe we'll just bring it back to every week. We'll see. But we're going to start promoting a little bit more and talking about it on my YouTube, on Twitch, and of course on Gassy's YouTube. So Tex-Mex in the Morning will definitely be there in 2016. And then, of course, the big announcement, well, we've already kind of talked about it nonstop, but January 1st, we'll be jumping into Souls Month. All January long, I will be playing through Bloodborne, Dark Souls 1 plus DLC, Dark Souls 2 plus DLC, and Bloodborne plus DLC. Fuck. And there's going to be a lot of rage. We're adding in some Dark Souls themed emotes to the stream. We've got Gears Art, who's done those. He's also done us a break screen. I've got an on-screen kill counter that I've rigged to my foot pad so I can change that myself. It's going to be a lot of fun, though. I'm looking forward to playing some Souls games. The reason, I guess, kind of behind that is, of course, Dark Souls 3 is coming out, and January really doesn't have that many big releases, aside from really towards the end of it, kind of around PAX South time. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys will be joining us. That starts this Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern over at twitch.tv/HitMeJP. Hope you guys join us for Souls Month. And then the last thing is we put up this Discord server. And if you've never used Discord, it's basically like Skype, but better. It doesn't have video or anything yet, but it's got these chat rooms in it, and we've got a sub-only Discord. So if you're a subscriber on Twitch, you can actually just download Discord. I think it's discord.gg. You can just Google Discord and you'll find it there. Once you download the program, go into the app, link your Twitch account, and that Twitch account will actually automatically throw you into subscribed channels of yours. And a lot of big Twitch streamers already have, these channels in there. So it's not just me, but there's other Twitch streamers out there that have it. But if you're a subscriber on Twitch and you want to join into the community and really get involved in everything, feel free to stop by. Just download the program, link your Twitch account, and there you go. You can watch during the stream. I know a lot of people have been doing stuff outside of the stream. It should be a lot of fun. So That's all I got, guys. That's kind of the year in review. Seriously, though, thank you so much. And if you're watching this on Twitch live, well, it's time to play some Dark Souls. If you're watching on YouTube, we hope you join us there on Friday. That's everything, though. See you guys next year for another year in review. If not, see you on Twitch or on YouTube on the next video. Bye-bye.